Okay, Omar. I get it, okay? I get it. I've been slacking, but I'm on it. I'm on it now. Promise. I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? I'm Jamie Jacobs. I'm actually coming to you down and dirty selfie style because I am in my hotel room. I'm out here in Houston with LMG on a really cool event where we get to deploy our Bob boxes for the first time, breakout boxes. And we have 22 of them out here on this event. It's actually really cool to see the intricacies of these systems and how they're going to be able to help us optimize and streamline the breakout process. So hopefully a bunch of you get to work with these, sometime in the future. I'm sure we'll see them out all over the country. I know I'm actually looking forward to having more opportunities to working with them myself. So without further ado, here is what's in my box. Alright, so when I decided to buy a Workbox, I went looking at different shapes, sizes, models, makes, you name it. But I decided to come right back to the Pelican, just because I really like their products. This is a standard Pelican 1510, it's carry-on size. I just really like their products, and they're good, sturdy, tried and true, and their lifetime warranty isn't bad either. I got a really big, well, not big, but a nice thick cable on here with a pretty heavy-duty lock, so I can lock my box to my tables and walk away, and I don't have to drag my work box back and forth. And this obviously just to lock up the case itself so nobody gets in, combo lock. I just got this one because my last one broke. I've had a couple break before, so I got something that was a little bit more heavy-duty that said it could handle up to 4,800 pounds, I think. So you can see here that when I first bought this, I opted to get the Trek Pack divider system, but unfortunately it hindered me more than it helped me, so I decided not to actually put in the dividers, as you can see. So I'm currently looking to get some ideas and come up with some kind of a way that I'll be able to divide up my box a little bit better, organize it better so everything's not just piled on top of each other, because let's face it, I'm getting kind of tired of repacking my box every single time. In the lid, though, I decided to go with the laptop lid organizer instead of the pouch. It has all the different mesh pouches in it. Just because I am not a huge fan of the mesh, but I've actually never used this to store my laptop. I just was always afraid of damage from heat or anything like that, so I actually use it to store some other stuff. So I have a stylus because I've got fat fingers. So stylus I like to use on any kind of touch screen or my iPad. My laptops are both also touch screens. Microfiber for cleaning screens. I just have a pack of highlighters, markers, pens, you name it, voltage meter. This is a standard music stand clip-on light. I'm looking into getting a really nice bright USB light so that I don't have to have this clipped onto something, but this has done me a lot of justice when I don't have room for a tensor lamp on the table, or I just don't have any tensor lamps or little lights, so that's been pretty helpful. This is a wireless presenter remote from Logitech. I have a wireless mouse for my computer, and funny enough, I have this piece of tie line. It's just random, right? But this piece of tie line has helped me a lot with getting my viewfinder and my camera slung below the camera so that I can keep my neck from being strained and be more comfortable when I'm operating. So when I'm not using my bungees, because sometimes my bungee cords are too big or too short or whatever, that tie line has always been really helpful. And moving on, I've got a 4-port USB 3.0 hub. I've got a level, zip ties, DMM. This is my laser disto. Let me pull this out for you so you can see. I was actually gifted this by somebody, but they make all different makes and models that go all different distances. So, pick out the one that you'd like the best. You can order them on Amazon. You can just go and pick them up at any hardware store. So definitely helpful with checking just distances, for your screens or for your lens throws, heights of things, trim heights, you name it. So very good tool to have. This tool is actually used for the Stumpful borderless screens, the frameless screens. So yeah, this is the only way that you're going to be able to take apart the frame or put it together. So if you want one of those, there you go. And this guy is kind of cool. It's pretty simple. You control Behringer UCA 222. It's just a USB interface. Has RCA in and out, and has an optical output. You've got a headphone output so you can monitor it directly. You got a volume for that. This little guy has come in handy quite a few times when I've had last-minute requests for web interface or web conferencing, So, Skype call. Hey, can this be two-way? And it's like, yeah, well, let me just go throw this thing in there. I used to carry a Scarlett 2i2 that also was really good for that. It was also great as like a backup, stereo DI, but I got rid of that. I mean, I have it, but I took it out of my box just for space reasons, and I wasn't using it very often. I haven't used it in a while, but I still always keep it handy because it's small enough that I can do that. A notepad, right? Just a regular notepad. That should be self-explanatory. But I got this really cool thing recently. I haven't had a chance to use it to its full potential yet. But this is a Rocketbook. I don't know if anybody of you ever heard of a Rocketbook, but basically it's an erasable notebook. So I could fill up every single one of the pages that's in this book, and I can erase the pen on there and completely reuse the book. So you don't have stacks and stacks and stacks of notebooks anymore. Basically what this does is you download the Rocketbook app, and you use one of their pens, and you designate on the app like which symbol you want to go where. So do you want your Outlook, or Microsoft OneDrive? Do you want this to be your email? This can be your iCloud. This can be a group email message. You name it. Wherever you want it to go, you have some kind of a cloud storage going on. You tell it what you want it to be. And on the bottom of every page, you can see all those same symbols. So when you're done with whatever you're drawing and writing on here, you take a picture of it after you've marked off one of those symbols, and that's going to tell it automatically in the app where you want it to go. So it'll automatically go and send there for you. Then all you got to do, once this whole book is filled up, you get these microfiber cloths that come with it. So the little one, you just wet down with some water, like dampen it, and then you can completely erase the entire page without having to go back over every single line. These pens that come with it, you have to use specifically, and they have an eraser, so you can just erase the one little thing you wrote like a pencil. But when you want to clean the entire thing, you just moisten this and then dry it with this, and you got a whole new notebook. They come with regular lined, lined notebook pages like that. I opted to get the one with the digital, with the dots on it, in case I wanted to draw any kind of like wiring diagrams or whatever for brainstorming. But the reason why I got this specifically was because I want to start putting together some more training materials based off of things that I get trained on and all the new things that I learn as I go along. And so I wanted to be able to upload these things directly to the cloud and share with other people so that I can help, train other people around me who are working on some of the same things as I am. So that's why I got that. You get these really nice folios for them too. So they also come in different sizes. They come in like full-size notebook. I think this one's called the Executive. I have a couple of little flip-top notepads, just like pocket notepads. So it's really cool everything they've been doing with it and how far they've come with it. So check those out, Rocketbook. You can buy those on Amazon too. No, this is not an Amazon sponsored video, but that's where I bought it from. I'm very fortunate. My company has provided me with a MiFi device, so I get to use that as a hotspot whenever I need internet to download something for a client. So very grateful to have that. But I do have an unlimited hotspot on my own phone, so having hotspot in general, if you can, is really, really helpful. All right, so I know it's kind of weird, right? I carry my own extension cord. It's a triple tap on the M. Thing is that sometimes there's never enough triple taps, or there just aren't any at all. And when I'm running something like graphics, for example, or playback, I tend to have 2 to 3 power strips that I like to try to spread out some of my gear across so that I'm a little bit more balanced. But I don't like jumping power strip to power strip. It's just something I'm absolutely against because I feel like it's just not safe. So I don't like jumping power strips, and you can't always find a tri-tap, and I don't want to run 3 individual lines. I want to make sure I leave space on my power strips for, big plugs like these. Speaker timer, perfect cue, we know that those plugs are ginormous. So that's why I ended up getting one of these. And it's just the right length most of the time to get me any distance I need to go. I love it. Wouldn't travel without it anymore. 6 foot, not 6 inch, 6 foot XLR cable that I like to use going along with my laptop sound port. Omer, I think, said he has one of these too. They come in a stereo version as well. dsan.com. I don't know if they are anymore, but I believe these used to be $100, just an 1/8 inch to XLR. DI has a ground lift and a built-in attenuator, so that's really cool to have for on the fly. Headphones should need no explanation, but in video it's really important to have some sort of headphones. I even use a set of earbuds because it kind of gives me 2 points of reference for levels when I'm monitoring my records. I like to make sure I have the 1/4 inch because most audio DAs are going to be a 1/4 inch, but then sometimes the record decks themselves maybe 1/8 inch, so I have my adapter, and then I have my earbuds that are also 1/8 inch, so that's super important. But one thing I will not do without, and I want to get some more of, just maybe a Netgear instead, are network switches. Everything now is network. It doesn't matter. Projection, LED, lighting, video, audio, everything is going network now. So definitely something important to learn. I use my switch in a number of situations, but again, graphics, playback, records, probably my top go-tos of wanting to sync multiple machines together. And this way, on my laptops, I can file share really fast. I don't have to deal with multiple USB ports with unplugging and plugging back in the thumb drives, trying to save all my files and stuff and work on this file. Now I have to save it to that one. I can have 1 machine or 2 machines running simultaneously for a general session and be working on another machine, and then work on when the work that I'm done with on this machine, I can push to both of those other machines to get those copies to them. On every computer, I have a local folder, and then I have 1 shared folder that this way I have a copy on every laptop that I'm using of whatever files they are locally on that machine, but I also have a backup on the network. So this way, again, any changes I make it on that network, or I share it to that network folder. It goes everywhere. Boom, everything's uploaded, and you're good to go. File organization is super, super important. My wireless router. This is huge, I know, but I love it. I won't get rid of it. This is a touch screen, so I don't have to go and log into its IP and try to change all of its settings, whatever. Everything's done right here. It can be set up to be an access point or a router. Everything's password protected. It's pretty sweet. 5G and 2.4. Here I've got my Micro Pelican 1050. To be honest, I really like these cases. That's why I got it in the first place. I really like them, but it's not really good for what I'm trying to use it for. I will likely keep this so that when I get some converters, I can keep the converters in this box. But for now, I've been using it for my adapters, which I have a couple of mini display port to HDMI, VGA, display port, DVI. Couple of those. I have some DVI to HDMI, some Cat 5 couplers, some HDMI couplers, bunch of barrels. I even have a couple of VGA turnarounds. So I definitely like having something to put all my adapters in, but I want something that's that's like a soft case Not necessarily a Sure bag, not necessarily a Husky bag. I'm trying to find something that I really like so that I can buy multiples of them, and hopefully they come in different sizes for a few different things. I have an audio adapter kit, or an audio adapter bag I'd like to get back into my Workbox too, but for now, this is what I got. I only have one. I like to make sure I always have a USB extension cable. I've got bungee cords, again, for slinging my monitor underneath my camera, my viewfinder. I have different sizes, lengths, you name it. I've used any combination of them. And then they're helpful for other things, too, tying something off on, a piece of truss or something. It can keep it a little bit cleaner. Tape. All my tape ends up looking like this because I use my tape for labeling specifically. So people hate it, but it's mine. It's for labeling. It's not for taping out your stage, and it's not for taping down your cables. I carry some E-tape as well. Some standard tools. I'm sorry, I don't have my Leatherman anymore. That's what happens when you forget to take it out of your box. TSA gets a little greedy. So, understandably, thank you for keeping us safe, but your tools may disappear. So, gotta buy a new one. I have pliers, just a regular set of Allen keys, C-wrench. I have a box cutter to make up for my missing Leatherman for now. This really cool flashlight. Right, so it's got your big flashlight. It also has a little one underneath. And then it's got all of these flathead and Phillips head screwdrivers, different sizes. But my favorite is this one right here because you actually unscrew it and it's a flat or Phillips head tweaker, which is pretty sweet. Screwdriver, wire cutters. Those are pretty basic tools to have on you as any AV tech. Of course, every discipline you go into, you might end up needing different tools, bigger tools, smaller tools, hammers, rubber mallets, you name it. I don't need any of that. Make sure that you get whatever it is that is pertinent to your discipline. Network cable. I like to keep a bunch of network cable. There's all varying lengths. This yellow one is a crossover cable. So, definitely need these. Although, I'm due for an upgrader to fix them. Some of them have taken a beating. They still work. Promise. I've got a couple of 3-foot DVI patch cables. It's really helpful sometimes for a preview monitor patch or something like that, or just something that's really close and short, an output into a DA or something like that. A couple of DVI to HDMI cables and just a few HDMI cables. So this is everything that I keep in my box. All right, you've seen it here. I need to start upgrading some stuff. Although I have dual link DVI, I need to start adding HDMI and DisplayPort and USB-C and everything that is basically 4K compatible. So that is my goal. So like I said, my box can use a little bit of upgrading, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of organization. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Everything that I have is really personal items. They're not anything that's rentable, obviously. Although I have had somebody try to rent my wireless router from me, and I didn't understand that. The situation that I was in was really weird, so it didn't make any sense. And I was like, no. So hopefully my Workbox has given you a little bit of insight into some things you might have in yours. I also kept some Advil or Excedrin or something, but what I did was I accidentally put the gel tabs in there, so they ended up melting. Not good. I want to get a first aid kit. There's definitely things I'm seeing in other people's boxes that now I'm like, I want that. And that's a really good idea. I mean, I'm not going to carry a whole box of Band-Aids, and how many times have we cut our fingers, something really small, and nicked something, So, there's definitely little things now that I'm going to look into as well. I have a hankering to get some converters of some sort, HDMI, SDI, decimators, DAs. I want a test monitor. I mean, I've got a whole list of things on my Amazon wish list. So my birthday's in March, guys. Just saying. Anyway, if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Let me know. And if you have any suggestions for some of the things that I've said, brands that you think that I should buy, test monitor especially, I'm really curious to see, everybody's take on what's coming up because of 12G, 4K, all whole, big old resolution shebang, right? Because we're up to, a million by a bajillion. So, anybody's suggestions on good products to get, I'm all ears. Alrighty, thanks so much.